We hope you enjoy The Magician's The Emperor's Bride by Rachel Lawson. 10 years ago, at the wedding of the alien emperor of the Earth solar system and his reincarnated dead wife, reborn as a fate, there were no more happy or in love bride and groom. Their love was stronger than death and time. One was a fate, the other, the secret king of the grim reapers who died and came back to life more times than there were seconds on a clock face. Not that the world knew it at the time. In her first life, she was the granddaughter of the king of time and had lived happily married to this emperor, the grandson of the emperor of the universe. They lived together happily for 1,000 years, as I said. They weren't human. They didn't look it either. They aged to 25 and stopped aging as their people did. They lived for 10 years together like newlyweds, forever in love in this life. That was when the then deposed emperor was discovered as a dead man, a grim reaper who just disappeared after a man was murdered. It was thought he turned killer until he returned, and his son, the necromancer, a killer magician, admitted he had killed the man to save his father's life, and his father had moved on in life. He was rarely to be seen again in public. Angela, the wife, knew not where he went. She felt dead and alone, abandoned by her husband for years. Until, by chance, she was told he had been found drunk, giving a false name riding a broomstick in a busy highway tunnel. She raced to meet him at the place he was kept by the police. She and her husband tried to act as if their meeting was normal, but it was not. He was feeling awkward as it was not his usual greeting to kiss her. It had been 200 years since he'd kissed her as his wife or seen her as his wife. Later, their great-uncle realized what he was hiding from them. He was not seen as Blake Alexander, her missing husband. He had been trapped in the past and started a new life. He was now Blake's grandfather, the emperor of the universe, the adopted brother of his great-uncle Reynard. It hit them both badly for a while. After a while, until they realized they were still deeply in love being unrelated, they continued their love affair in secret. Where our story begins. The emperor of the universe, Fred, stood talking to his friend, the new emperor of the solar system, Aureus, who knew Fred was secretly Blake. They were at an intergalactic summit. "Thanks for helping me to set up the summit, Sapphirus," said Aureus, using Fred's imperial name, Sapphirus. "You're welcome, Aureus," said Fred. Blake's grandson, Prince Jasper, and his teenage great-granddaughter Stella walked up to them to talk to Jasper's best friend, Aureus. "Hi, Gramps." "Hi, Aureus," said Jasper. "Hi, Aureus, great-grandpa," said Stella. "Hi, Jasper, Stella," said Fred. "Hi," said Aureus, seeing Angela, his wife, walking into a room for a bit of peace and quiet. "Excuse me, I have to leave you, bye-bye," Blake said. They bade him goodbye and Blake wandered off. He walked to the room where Angela went. Blake walked up to her, playfully putting the top hat he was wearing on her head, and he kissed her, and they embraced. "Hello, my angel," said Blake. In the room walked Blake's son, Lance Sr., who was Jasper's father, the necromancer. "Oh, God! Get a room, Mom and Dad!" whined their son, who knew who they were, embarrassed, turning away from them. "I thought we did," moaned Blake. "We're only hugging," said Angela. "You always were a prude." They separated.
I live out of time in a strange loop in time, far from you, my love, caught between life and death, lost somewhere in time. I live out of my life and out of our time I live. No one can know the truth, no one can know what I hide. They can't know who I am, they can't know of my love for you. They can't know of the life I've lived. I live like a ghost in time. I am a shade of the past and the future, caught in the past. I live out of time in a strange loop in time, far from you, my love, caught between life and death, lost somewhere in time. I live out of my life and out of our time I live. No one can know the truth, ghost in time. I am a shade of the past and the future, caught in the past.